Scott, do this. Ready? Star Wars Outlaws Ultimate Edition is $130. When is this going to stop? Why are we getting up to this price range now, right? This is the biggest thing. Man, Star Wars Outlaws Ultimate Edition for $130 continues an industry trend of paying lofty sums for early access, and players don't like it. Yeah, everything.
I have a theory for this.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's hear it. Dude, I'm not even going to get into the article yet. I want to hear. What's your theory? What you got?
My theory is that as the whole world's industry kind of grapples with the economy and how the money doesn't equal what it used to, we're seeing prices rise everywhere. And I think video games is just the same, but it's an entertainment craft. So you kind of have to coerce. You kind of have to slip it past the radar, these price increases. And I think this is a way of kind of obfuscating that overall price increase.
Absolutely.
Before you know it, we'll have $120 games, and that'll just be normal.
No, don't, no. Because we're gonna get into.
I fear this world.
Oh man, I'm terrified now at this point, right? There's a lot to get into, but of course everybody can follow us over on ITGTV.com. Keep up with everything and our socials. This is High Run Crier over at Games Radar. Star Wars Outlaws has an expensive $109.99 gold edition, offering 3-day early access, and single-player game fans aren't best pleased. Yesterday, a brand new Star Wars Outlaws story trailer revealed an August 30th release date for Ubisoft's new shooter, just hours after the release date leaked online. Well, that's Ubisoft tradition, isn't it, Scott? Ubisoft also...
Yeah, it really was.
Also,
that was Ubisoft Japan, I believe.
Unveiled a $109.99 gold edition of the new game and the Ultimate Edition for $129.99. The Gold Edition offers 3 days early access on August 27th, as well as the game's Season Pass for DLC, while the Ultimate Edition includes all of that, as well as a Sabak, Shark, and Rogue Infiltrator bundles, in-game item bundles, plus a digital art book for good measure. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm a collector. Straight up. All right, you can see it behind me.
I was just getting to that.
But now, I've seen base games now, Scott, be $100. The base game. Dude, I'm looking right now at you, Dragon's Dogma 2. And I'm looking at the game and going, man, they want $100. What happened to the $70 game? Helldivers 2 comes out this year, dude, it's $40. 40.
Yeah.
Now we're going into Dragon's Dogma 2 at $100. Now we're getting into Star Wars Gold Edition, $110. Ultimate Edition. The Ultimate Edition doesn't even include a statue, man. Where's my figure?
That's the big one.
Right? For $130, a figure.
Yeah, that could easily justify the increase in price. And it's Star Wars. It'd be easy to include some sort of a figure that would be really interesting for somebody to grab. But I think the part that burns me the most is the 3-day early access. How do you feel about that one? Do you have any opinions on that? I find 3 days is just frustratingly small. It's like you pre-order the game, but it's digital. Why are we pre-ordering?
You're already... I get the pre-order part, so you can already have it installed, so when the game unlocks, it unlocks. But what you're doing is you're paying the $110 to get it 3 days early. So if you just wait 3 more days, you can get the game at a cheaper price, right? But, dude, how many people don't want to wait? I don't want to wait. You don't want to wait. Nobody wants to wait in this world for anything, right? They want things to happen yesterday. So here's the latest catch. You want early access? Here's the official release date, right? But we'll give it to you 3 days early if you want to pay us an extra $20, $30. It's ridiculous. Dude, it's ridiculous. Absolutely absurd. It is irritating. It is frustrating. I like the idea. Okay, cool. You want to pay us $110. Here's what else you get. You get the Season Pass. You get the bundles, right? You get these other items. The art book. The digital art book doesn't do it for me. You know what does do it for me? Is the physical art book. I love a physical art. I've got a collection right here, right beside me, of all kinds of things I've collected over the years. A lot of Assassin's Creed stuff. Straight up. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of the figures. Dude, I remember it was... How I got into the figure collection was... It was Assassin's Creed 2. I could have bought the game for $60. $60, Scott.
Oh, back in the good days.
Zero, right? Right? Base game, $60. I'm like, yo, okay, cool. For an extra 20 though, you can get the figurine of Ezio. I'm like, for an extra 20 bucks?
Worth.
Done, right? Dude, it was easy. Now, you know what those collector's editions are worth? They're like $300. It's like,
man,
it's ridiculous. Dude, it went from a feasible price to all of a sudden now the feasible price of the collector's edition isn't even what the game is selling for at the base level anymore. Everything's just skyrocketed through the roof, and it's just getting out of hand. And I feel this is where this is getting a little too much. For the $130, what do you really get? What do you ultimately get? Granted, let me back up a little bit. We work closely with Ubisoft, and we have a great relationship. And chances are, when we get Star Wars Outlaws, we get the Ultimate Edition. So take this with a grain of salt. Just straight up. You can take it with a grain of salt how we feel. But at the end of the day, I still buy games. Because why? Because we don't get every single game. And I want to play as many things as possible, be on the hottest topic, right? So for me, we do get an absolute ton of games. Don't get me wrong. And we're very privileged to do what we do here. We don't take that for granted by any means. But the bottom line is the dollar's worth $1. And it's $130. Dude, I feel it's just $130 is too much. It's just getting out of hand. Things are just getting crazy now for 3 days early access.
Well, and it begins with like, hey, here's a statue. This is really cool. Okay, justifiable. But then we move on to something like we're getting digital kind of handouts or skip the grind kind of passes. Well, it's being designed now to incorporate that monetization. And, oh man, we've come such a long way since horse armor for monetization. It's becoming a nightmare.
I do like the inclusion of the season pass, right? So if you're already looking at, hey, you know what, season pass is going to come, I'm going to buy it anyways. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I'm diving all in, right? I think Star Wars Outlaws looks absolutely incredible. I think it looks like a ton of fun, and it has me hooked right from the beginning of the trailer. Dude, I was in. We saw the gameplay, right? We saw, I think it was like 10 minutes worth of gameplay last year, and then this year we got the story trailer. You just wait till the Ubisoft Forward, dude. We're going to see a lot more, right? I guarantee you that's coming up. And then if you're all in on that, and then they're going to give you, for $110, you can get the season pass. Because if you buy the base game, and then you go, all right, now I'll pick up the season pass, it's already worth that price already. It's the $130 in the far end, the far spectrum of going, man, this seems a little too much for me. But I don't know. Let us know. Hit us up on our socials, itgtv.com. Are you getting the Ultimate Edition, or do you find these prices at $130 just outrageous like we do?